live.
Are we live?
Yeah.
Are we doing it live?
Yeah.
Are we doing this live?
We're doing this live, Pat.
Got to give it a second.
Yeah.
Because we are live. What's going on?
I said we was live for 15
How
seconds.
y'all doing?
Oh, I was about to say.
That's
What's going on? We tested some stuff out. We tested some stuff out.
That is a 4K camera.
Well, we got to do the intro? Oh.
Hold on, wait.
But you gotta start with kid first. Kid first.
Oh.
Appreciate y'all for tuning in to another edition of the Windy City Breeze Sports Talk Daily. Y'all already know how we doing, man. It's the bye week. The Chicago Bears are still 4-2.
Yep.
We're still hyped. Yes. Nothing has changed. We're getting some stuff changed around with the studio, of course. So it's taking us a little time to work everything in. That's why we came in no intro. Don't worry about it. Everybody breathe.
Pause.
Take a second. Breathe. Pause.
Let it out. Breathe.
And we're going to get to the show. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love. As always, as you can see, we got the squad in the building. Yeah. As always, man, the pettiest man alive, Mr. P. Kid, the super producer, Joel Holt, Mr. Medium Self, Jordan JC. Still rocking those victory glasses?
Yeah, man.
Still feeling that victory, huh?
Victory
Yeah,
Thursday.
it's a victory that we got to the bye week with everybody mainly out.
Got a meaty victory going on
Meaty
here
victory.
still. Okay,
Meaty
shout out
victory.
to you for keeping it going that long. As always, man, Superman C-Dub in the... Is that a Superman jacket you got on?
Man, you
He's
already
taking
know
it too
what it
far.
is.
He's taking
you
it
already
too
know
far.
what it is.
And of course, Mr. Drew Better, if you knew better, you do better. Say, who better? Nobody, bro. Hey. I'm trying to entice AD to come back. Just slowly. Just work his way back in. Just
That doesn't
reel him back
motivate him.
in.
Now he's got to be a different name.
And we got a lot to get into on today's episode, man. Of course, we're going to be talking about where you at the bye week. Are you all in on the Ryan Poles decision? Many of us on this show were in on the Justin Fields side, but are you all in on the Poles decision? Also got to talk about, are the Bears buyers or sellers at the trade deadline if they get the win versus Washington? What do you want to see this team go out there and do? Has your faith been just returned a little bit in Lonzo Ball? Just a little bit. After seeing how he dominated in that first game. And ladies and gentlemen, you played the hallelujah a little early. That's a well-timed tip, though.
Well-timed.
Jerry Reinsdorf may sell the White Sox.
Oh, my goodness.
We got to talk about, is this something that we really think is going to happen? All that more on today's episode of the Windy City Breeze Sports Talk Daily. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave that 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. What's good, boys? Everybody good? It was a lot to get here. Everybody had y'all have no idea. Some days it's just everybody has something.
This was a
week day.
This was a week.
Yeah. I done took my car to 7 different places. Hey, first off, hey, dealerships, go F yourself. Like what?
Oh, snap.
I'm doing freaking. I had to get the brakes done. Right? I had to get the brakes done. Want to get an assessment. You know what I mean? I like the warranty that comes with the dealerships. I take it up there and then do the oil, check the brakes. You know what I mean? They check the brakes. $1,600 to get brakes done all the way around.
Yeah, you know that?
Cat. Took it up to the guy up the street.
There's a guy in the alley.
I got a guy. Right?
$20.
Everybody's got a guy.
You got a guy?
Everybody's got a guy. I got a guy.
In the alley.
I took it up to my guy. He's like, hey, for half that price, I'll throw in rotors for you.
Oh,
Bet it up.
give me that.
Bet it up.
Yeah.
I got a guy. You know what I mean?
I need
Absolutely.
that.
$1,600.
Boy, yeah.
16. Jay Greer said, Pat, you should have taken it to 79th. You're not far off, my guy.
He ain't lying.
You're not
He ain't
far
lying.
off,
For real,
brother.
yeah.
How much
That's my guy
warranty
over
on
there.
that joint? There's a
79th
warranty
West.
on that mug, all right. Hey, back down, legs up. Let's get into the show.
Wait a minute. What just?
I
Wait.
don't know what's going on.
Wait
a minute. Here we go. There you go.
Hey, now the show has started.
You gotta let the flag fall.
No, I'm
son.
Derrick Rose in here. I'm throwing the floater and then catching
Oh.
it.
Hey.
Let's talk a little bit of football, though, boys. Appreciate y'all for tuning in, showing love. You haven't done so, hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. Listen, we're at the bye week. We're now 4-2, and a lot of people have talked about different decisions, what should have been done, what should be done. Did Ryan Poles make the right decision here? Did Ryan Poles make the wrong decision here? When it comes to Justin Fields, though, that was the main conversation of the offseason. And I want to ask Bears fans out there, comment in the chat, and I want to ask you guys in the building. I think a lot of people can kind of glean how we feel based on how we've talked about this, but are you fully bought in on Ryan Poles' decision to be in on Caleb Williams and move on from Justin Fields at week 6? We had a lot of people who were on different sides in this debate. I started off with Jordan JC because I know he was a big Fields guy. He was a major Fields guy. So Jordan, where you're at right now? I mean, listen, I would have still liked an offensive line. I would have still liked an offensive line.
I would have loved the OLs.
That was my point in all of it. I don't care who you put back there. Protect them. We didn't do that. So,
Powers Johnson on the table.
I would have loved to lay a Powers Johnson on the table. But you know what? Sometimes you come up Coleman Shelton. You know what that means.
Backing
just a little small.
Just a
little bit small.
There you go.
JC, what are your thoughts on this?
No, I mean, obviously, we love the fact that he went in a different direction. I mean, right now, we can see the fruits of his labor. Obviously, and after 6 weeks, you can see that Caleb Williams is the guy, and you can see the talent. I mean, what is he already thrown more 300-yard games than Justin Fields in his whole carear?
Yes,
I believe in the first season. He had 2
I think career they're tied now because he's thrown one 300-yard game in Steelers. In his rookie year, he's thrown more 300-yard games than any of our last 3 rookie quarterbacks.
Right. So, I mean, if you're talking about the intangibles, you're talking about his precision with his passes, the accuracy, the talent around him, the talent he has, the ability to manipulate the pocket.
That's a new word right there.
Manipulate.
I like that's a new word right there.
You like
ability? Yeah,
ability. All right, go ahead.
Ability.
That's all, folks.
Manipulate the pocket. I mean, there's something special that you can truly see about Caleb Williams over Justin Fields. And here's the real reason why I'm happy that they move forward. The fact that the Pittsburgh Steelers are still winning with Justin and they're literally about to bench him because he hasn't passed enough.
Because he wasn't good enough.
And he's not good enough as far as a passing quarterback. Those are the same issues that we had here. And, of course, all teams always think, well, if we get that guy, we can come in, we can groom him, we can, make him into something that he wasn't with you guys. We have the team, we have the organization for it. And even though I do like Pittsburgh as an organization, they're starting to see, hey, Justin has a ceiling that Caleb clearly has more of. So I love the direction that the Bears have gone in.
Yeah. When I saw that with them benching Justin, it's like there was always a ceiling with him. I did feel like you could win with him. I feel like if we traded, the whole thing with the Caleb thing for me it was a lot of like he doesn't want to be here. It was all this negative stuff. And I'm like, well, if you don't want to be here, then fine. I'd trade the pick. And I'd trade for, even if you were to keep and go for Jaden Daniels, then fine, because it was like he didn't want to be here. He's a diva. He's all these things. So my thing was we could keep Fields. We could build the line. But seeing how important it is for you to be able to process and be able to make quick decisions, he's still doing the same stuff. And so I just feel bad because I felt like if let's just say hypothetically, if the Bears had hired Harbaugh and they bring in Roman Gabriel with Fields, you can win with him in that style of play. Now, the issue is he may not stay healthy because it's hard for athletic quarterbacks like that to have a sustained career. So I'm glad that we definitely moved on in the sense that, Poles made the right decision. Caleb, for now, as you see, the ascension every week is getting better. And in his rookie year, he's doing way more than Poles, Trubisky, any of them has ever done. And it's paying off.
The Bears are a historic franchise. And there's a historic franchise that's never really had a good QB. If you really want to put our minds to it, we have to stretch ourselves to find a QB that we could say was good. Jay Cutler was our best QB. Yeah, easily. Everyone would say he quit on us. Everyone would say he's just not that guy. Some people even say he's mid. He's our best QB ever. We had a bunch of people who you could win with, not because of. And that's the part right there. You could win with Justin Fields. I do think you get a line. You do what the Steelers did. He did play good football. He played decent football.
The Steelers are benching him after a good game.
That's great.
He has a winning record.
The Steelers are benching him after a 2-touchdown game. And if you care about how the touchdowns come, you're probably a fan.
Yeah.
Most organizations don't care how you get the touchdowns. The Panthers were very okay telling Cam Newton run people over for touchdowns.
But Pittsburgh doesn't want that. They're coming from Big Ben and that whole thing, right? So realistically, you could see that writing on the wall there. Caleb, in the few games that we've seen him, we know we're eventually going to win because of him.
But I would add this.
And that skill set is this elite. Like the anticipatory throws are just there. They were there since game
because
one.
of him already this past week.
I would
From day one.
The difference, though, that you've seen is that it's not just that they got a quarterback; they have a structure in place. This is the first time that we've seen it where it wasn't just thrown together, cobbled together. We're gonna, we have a passing game coordinator. We have this coordinator. We have, Lovie Smith is on a 1-year deal. He can't get an offensive coordinator. Trubisky comes in. John Fox is on his way out. I want this guy, but we want this guy. And then now you come. I don't like this guy. Like for the first time, I think in a very long time, even with Jay Cutler, it's like he's going to fix the problems of the 06 team and get us back to the glory days of that squad. So for the first time in a long time, it's coordinator, quarterback, GM, receiver, skill position players, all those things. We haven't seen none of this. Like we saw like glimpses. Brandon Marshall, Martellus Bennett with Tressman, and we had a great offense. The defense was trash because Emory let the coordinator go. And so Mel Tucker can't run that defense.
You got the liquor. You got
my God.
you got to pour a shot
for the first time. Oh, by the way, we got 100 in the chat. Over 100 in the chat.
Wrong one. You got why is this label fall? Why is this label fall?
That's my pops
Over
up.
100 in the chat.
Oh, snap.
100 in the chat.
Oh, snap. Hey, but you know what? I'll say this too. I do. What's that?
No, it's not. Oh, God.
Hey, but I will say this though. I do feel like the way my view of it was prior to us actually drafting Caleb. If you look back in the last 20 years, right, it hasn't been that many elite quarterbacks that has won the Super Bowl that year like that. So like you got guys like. Who I'm trying to think of, Lamar Jackson. You got guys like from Buffalo, Josh Allen, who haven't won it yet, right? So that doesn't guarantee you a Super Bowl because you have what's considered an elite quarterback. There's guys like Joe Flacco that's won a Super Bowl. I would even say Ben Roethlisberger was really good, but like, would you consider him like a top 3 quarterback that year when he won a Super Bowl?
Ben Roethlisberger was an MVP candidate. Yeah, Ben Roethlisberger was cool.
Okay.
Really good as rookie.
Okay, but my thing was this: like we had a structure that was built. And I think one of you guys said this already. We had a structure that was already in place, and I feel like we can even improve on that by trading the number 1 pick to get more back. But I have to be honest, the eye test doesn't lie. This kid is different, man. Like his processing. I think it's a viral clip of him, his eyes moving like really quickly as he's processing the different options he got on the field. The way how he's able to just galvanize the whole team with his leadership. And I just like the joy he got, man, the energy he's bringing to the table. He's celebrating everything he's doing. And Justin's playing good. I feel bad for Justin because he has 10 touchdowns and 1 interception. And he's getting benched right now. But he said himself he's not playing to the level he wants to play at. So he's not surprised that he might be getting benched. But ultimately, the question is, the polls make the right call.
Crazy statement, dog.
Well, listen, they
He
know.
has 10.
Why he got
Here's
him.
the thing. You
He
can
has
go
5.
back to Justin. They know they're probably not bringing either quarterback back.
Yeah, because you got to.
You're probably not bringing either guy back.
Depends on what Russ does, dog.
Even if Russ balls out, they probably moving on from Russ. Because they're going to go after a quarterback in this year's draft. They're probably going to take somebody later. Like, you're not bringing either of these guys back. So we can get to the playoffs with Justin, and we can sit him a couple of weeks and then realize Russ is probably going to be bad. Because I don't know if y'all saw the practice clips. Russ looks slow. Woo! Russ looks slow. I was like, he's about to die.
He's been slow.
He been slow
since he left Seattle.
Bro, it looked like this about to be bad. They finna have to go back to Justin. Justin may play again in this game.
I don't know.
We only need him to play.
Russ may not make it.
For selfish purposes.
For selfish purposes, can we talk about it as Bears fans?
As Bears fans, we only need Justin to play how
I
many
need a
games?
fourth,
Was it 8 games?
He's got to play 9 games. He's got to play 9
So
games
3
this
more
season.
games.
3 more games. Yeah.
It'll get there.
No, I think here's my thing. Realistically speaking, where we were at in the beginning versus where we are now as Bears fans, it's just a different space. I shouldn't say that. It's not a different space because my reasoning for wanting to keep Justin hasn't changed. I wanted to get offensive linemen.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
My reasoning for wanting to keep Justin was draft great offensive linemen, and then you figure out the quarterback position if you have to move on from Justin.
Yeah.
Because as the Minnesota Vikings are showing us, you can put mediocre quarterbacks behind good offensive lines, and they win.
Who's seen that coming?
I do credit Kevin O'Connell for being able to get the most out of his quarterback.
Yep.
But that happens in the NFL more times than not. Joe Flacco looked good behind the Colts offensive line until everything went down with the injuries and stuff that they had. Right? Freaking
he looked good with the
he
Browns.
looked good. He could look good with the Browns, right? When you plugged in Andy Dalton behind the Colts offensive line.
Yeah.
Now, there's not a lot of talent there, but all of a sudden that offense was able to score versus just about everybody except us. Yeah. So I'm not off on the reasoning that I wanted to keep Justin Fields because Caleb Williams has been the victim of that. And yes, it has gotten better over the last couple of weeks, but I want to see that when we play.
It's going to get tested.
Well, this week is not because Jonathan Allen is out. So this week, actually, you're kind of in a similar situation.
I'm saying eventually.
But when you get in versus the divisional opponents, you're going to get tested. Yeah. They're going to come after you. Mm-hmm. They're going to blitz Caleb Williams. The thing that I do like about the decision that he made, though, is he ends up being right in the sense that Caleb Williams is that guy versus pressure. He is that guy versus the blitz. He is that guy. His numbers are through the roof. Versus pressure in his face, and pressure in your face, no matter if it's versus the best team or the worst team, it's still pressure in your face, right? So what does he look like versus that? I just think it does make it a little bit harder when you have consistent pressure in your face, when you're consistently having to avoid a blitz, having to avoid a rush. But I think that he's right in the aspect that there's probably 10 to 15 throws already this season that I look at and go – no, and not even go, we got a quarterback where I look at and go, Justin gets sacked there.
Yeah.
Or that guy was open, Caleb delivers the ball, barely avoids the hit, but Justin doesn't throw that football. Mm-hmm. And even, listen, today, now I will say, there's a lot of them letting Justin do what he wanted to do in Pittsburgh. So I think that a lot of the clips are taken poorly. They're telling Justin, if you don't see the read, run. Right, he's one of the most. He's got the most. I don't know if he's got the most, but he's top 3 in first read throws. Right, if it's not there with my first read, by the way, Jaden Daniels is 5. He's top 3 in first read throws. So if the first read ain't there, take off. Right.
Yeah.
That is something that is real. That's something that you're really dealing with every single week, and Caleb's not doing that. Caleb's not looking at his first read and going, I got to get the heck out of here. Sometimes Caleb's coming back to reads, and we're like, get out of there, dog. Hey, you got to go. I mean, what? Both of the sacks the last couple of weeks that have been out there, we've gone, he stayed in there too long. You got to take off. You know what I mean? And so, like, to me, I think that is something that you would have never gotten with by sticking with Justin. That is something that you would have had to look at another quarterback for. And that is something that I rock with Ryan Poles on his decision on. But I still stand on what I said about the offensive line situation on this team. You didn't address it
at all.
You didn't even swing and miss. You kept your bat on your shoulder. Shout out to you.
Dang.
You didn't even address it. That is something that I think is still going to rear its head this season. Be real. If you address the offensive line at all with one of these pieces, and there's pieces out there that have worked out, right? There's some solid. Jackson Powers Johnson is solid and they're playing him as a guard. Yeah, they're playing him as a left guard. Nice, Powers Johnson. But so when you look at a guy like that, or you look at Connor Williams, who's being serviceable as a center, or you look at some of the guys that were available to you could have gone back into the draft and got that's the center now in Pittsburgh that is starting the young rookie up there. Virginia? Yeah, he's starting and looks good. He looks like a rookie. But he looks good. You could have done that. So, to me, not going after those pieces, right? I do wonder how different this team is if you have a mediocre offensive line. And because of if you know
what it means
I want to know where he's going.
to find that offensive line.
Nah, that wasn't good. I'll fine-tune that one. I'll fine-tune that one.
Oh my goodness! But you know what? The fact that here's the only reason why I was fine with them moving on.
Hold on.
Oh, what we got?
I've been needing
man, already
blocking
came up
my
with-
whole life. These edge rushers keep me up at night. I
Let's go.
Pose. Do you even remember what the issue is? No, let's get back to it. Damn. Don't put no bars out there, dog. I got them. I got bars. Don't play with me. Look at the full offensive line album. It's dropping this Christmas. It's dropping this
the OLEP.
The OLEP.
The block.
That's always my favorite.
That's just how Braxton was looking. That wasn't even an offensive line thing.
He got the hits. The breeze is murdering the hits.
Breeze is murdering the hits from the line. Jesus.
That's crazy.
Anyway, what were you saying, Jordan? What were you saying?
No. So I'm obviously I'm fine with moving on from Fields, but one of the other reasons why it was okay, and you knew that Ryan Poles would probably do that, is because, quite frankly, it wasn't his guy he drafted. And we know that Ryan Poles has an affinity, unfortunately, for some of the guys that he drafted. Bayless Jones, Braxton Jones, a lot of Jones.
That guy?
A lot of Jones.
He's
He's Jonesing for Jones.
God,
That guy.
He's Jonesing for some Joneses,
you
man.
know, so you kind of knew that, hey, if he's going to go down with the decision that he's made, he's going to move forward with the quarterback that everybody said was elite, was generational, won the Heisman. I mean, honestly, Justin didn't even do that in college. As much as he had really gaudy numbers at Ohio State had everything around
That
him.
man had
Caleb had nothing
bro.
around him, and he was the Heisman. So that right there tells you just the level of talent that he had in college. And so I love the fact that, he said, okay, well, I could address offensive line. We knew that was a weakness going into the season, but he addressed all the other areas. And then hopefully we get through this season, whatever kind of winning we do, hopefully we go far, we get to the playoffs, and then we address
This is the
everything
biggest
else.
thing for me, though. I just add this real quick. Everyone can be up in arms about what Shane calls and what he doesn't call, this, that, and the other. But Shane is not limited to what he can put out there because he trusts his QB. I don't think he would have did that with Justin. I don't think he would have
known that he was limited. He would have saw, like, I can't open up this playbook for this guy.
But
like
like
that.
with Caleb, they have progressively opened up this playbook more and more.
Yeah,
You've heard
facts.
those reports. And so at this point, it's like, hey, we have someone who we can open up the full repertoire of what we could put on display and not be limited and be predictable as it is. And so that's the thing. Like, Shane is not predictable in this sense. We've seen him get very creative over the last 3 games. Now, these were pick-me-up games. I know people are going to always say that, but guess what? You can only play who's in front of you, and guess what? Everyone needs that. Every team needs that. Now, going into our next topic is going to lead into whether or not we should be buying or selling in this situation. But I do believe, like, hey, so far so good. And Shane has the right QB to show what he can put on display as an OC, and Caleb is thriving under it.
Here's my one question I got for you all. Have you ever seen Justin Fields come up to the line and do an audible as many times
as Caleb?
Have you ever seen Justin say,
Caleb's
you know what?
2 games.
I see this guy coming.
Caleb looked like Peyton Manning out
Freaking
there.
fireman is coming in. You know, I got
the fireman.
I think I text Peck. I'm like, is he really calling audibles,
No.
or is he really like, or
No,
is that
he
just
is.
like for show?
6
You know what I'm
games
saying?
in.
Like, you know how sometimes he's just like, you know,
trying to make it look cute or something.
you know, sometimes they just try to make it seem like they're going to audible, but you really ain't doing nothing. It's just the mental games that they play. No, he seems like he's
Done it
really
enough.
calling out protections and changing plays. I'm like, yo, I don't see rookies do that. I don't see Jaden do that.
I don't know if I've ever seen a rookie do that.
I don't see Jaden do that. Jaden do that.
First week guy.
Have I seen a rookie do that? I don't even remember Peyton Manning doing that.
Andrew
Luck
Luck.
Luck did it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Have I seen a rookie?
First 6 games.
He commands. He commands.
He
it
has
too, bro.
command.
Trevor was so in such a bad situation. I can't even put that on him.
RG3 had that ability.
RG3 was a run read guy.
Yeah, he was on the wristband. Too.
RG3 was a run read guy.
He was running. Why are you thinking about
Justin Herbert.
300 in chat.
Justin-
Over 300 in the chat.
Oh, snap.
300. 300. Herbert's a good one. That's
Justin
a good
Herbert.
name. Herbert's a good one. I saw Justin Herbert do that. Here's the thing: we saying good quarterbacks,
But we're stretching.
yeah, we're not sitting here saying bad. We're saying good quarterbacks.
Hey, Grady said, "Hey, Joe, Justin Fields case, he is receiving Madden icons, OX square." That was good.
I say this though. I'll say this though, right? You look at the rookie class that is out there, right? Maybe Drake May gets there, right? 3 touchdowns first game, but Jaden's not doing it. I don't know if Drake's gonna do it because he ended up getting put in kind of late in the season there.
Yeah.
Bo's definitely not doing it. Bo's not doing it.
I mean, Bo got shine. He bet not do it.
Yeah, that's true.
You bet not.
There's a
call
risk.
audible.
There's a risk of doing that.
Hey, by the way, Sean's play calling is like 20 minutes long at this point.
Oh
So
yeah, dog. Who else with the super chat? Shout out like that. I like that. Who else with the super chat? Who else with the super chat? Say I feel like Justin Fields was good enough to keep us in a game with a bad team. The sample size is just too small for Caleb.
Yeah.
I mean, listen. I think the thing
That's fair.
The thing for me, and I'm not going to say the sample size isn't small because it's 6 games. It's still a small sample size. You want to see a season of it to get a good feel of it because we've seen quarterbacks. Right? Rex Grossman, NFC Player of the Week or Player of the Month,
5 weeks.
dominant player.
5 weeks.
I mean, literally looked like we were doing this. We were literally doing this. I remember being at school like, we got a quarterback.
That's
we
crazy.
got a quarterback.
But did it look like this though?
No, it looked good. It looked darn good.
Darn good.
Okay.
It looked
his first
I don't remember. I lean on you for remembering.
Was his first
I don't
5
remember.
games? It was like that.
Rex
I
was,
know. Where's
Rex
my shot?
was so good. Yeah, somebody do a shot. Rex was so good in college. I forgot he was cooking as a freshman. He came in as a freshman and was throwing darts. No, Rex was a dog in college, which is why the Bears drafted him.
Yeah.
And Rex was a dog in first 5 games. And it just didn't. That wasn't the button. That was crazy.
Yeah, he does. Yeah,
He's better than the button. But like, so we've had this feeling before, but what feels different is with Rex, it was okay, but what is he going to do when defenses adjust? Caleb is already doing the things that I'm concerned about for when defenses adjust. The things that scare me with Caleb are, are you going to be able to deal with pressure because the offensive line sucks? Are you going to be able to deal with blitz pickups because the offensive line sucks?
Yeah.
Are you going to be able to get the football out quickly enough so that
okay with the check
are you right? Are you okay taking the check? He's
Why?
doing all those things because the offensive line sucks.
There you go.
He's doing all of those things early, and so those are things that why would they stop happening?
Well, the thing is the practice, the real time, being able to emulate, like getting tape, seeing what's happening. So, okay, I have tape of getting pressured against the Texans. I have tape of the first 2 games actually them coming after me.
Yeah.
So how to prepare for that. Again, I've been saying this with Waldron. If he has tape to see how his linemen are reacting to certain things, and I can figure out the right schemes, like all of that is all playing into it. And so even with Caleb, like, okay, I feel like he's running way better than he was running in the first couple of games. Like he runs with more.
Well, he's running.
Well, no, when he ran,
the first couple of games, he was just like, I ain't running this football.
When he ran it, I felt like he was a half a step slow. Like he's like, oh, okay, I'll just get out of it. And this game is fast.
Yeah.
He's running with more, what's the term?
Purpose.
Yeah, purpose or just expeditiously. And so, all those things, all those things are playing into that where he's just processing the game way better. So the fact that he can do audibles, the fact that he's able to do all that is excellent. Are we?
I think so. We got to check the other. I don't got the mouse, so I can't check the other screen. Yeah, this is my PC.
Let's see.
Are we froze?
No,
we're not froze. No, we're not froze.
We're still there.
We're just all standing really still.
All right. We are mannequins here.
No, it's all
We are
good.
mannequins.
But no, I think here's my thing at the end of the day, right? The Chicago Bears are in a great position, and you feel like you can be confident in what your young quarterback is doing, and I like that.
Yeah, not really Hank Aaron. That's running with conviction. There you go.
Conviction is a good word.
It's a word I'm looking for. He's a
Yeah,
little
that's
bit with more purpose, more conviction. So yeah, I like that.
I like that. Let's keep it moving along, man. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. I don't have the ad reads loaded, so we just going straight into the next.
We can act it out.
Leave the back door open.
You know that's the one they're talking about.
windows. Don't forget
Don't leave the windows unlocked, dog. Watch your windows now. But no, let's keep this thing moving along. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page if you have not done so. Leave that 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. I think here's the thing. You've got a tough game coming up.
Not really.
Versus the White. No, it's a tough game, right? Versus the Commanders, because the Commanders are riding high. You're going into Washington. Washington believes that they are the team that everyone says that they are, and the Bears believe that they are the team that everyone says that they aren't. Right? Like, so you've got two teams riding high right now. I think you've got two teams that have pieces of it that can kill you, but one way or another, this is going to be your first probably real test. And y'all know how I feel about Caleb Williams. You know, I think he's one of those guys that says, oh, is there a test in front of me? I bet let me go after it and get this job done, right? So I'm excited by that. But the real question is, if the Bears are buyers, or should the Bears be buyers or sellers if you come out of this game with a win or a loss? Well, really just buyers, no sellers. Should the Bears be buyers if you come out of this game with a win or a loss?
I'm only trying to buy something if I have a long-term piece. If I'm getting like an equivalent of a Montez Sweat, 26 years old, Pro Bowler type of player, then yeah. But other than that, I'm not going to make a move just to get somebody.
I mean, we talked about Hassan Reddick, Max Crosby.
He's 31.
Those names out there. But
Max Crosby's 30. But Max Crosby's 26.
Yeah, now give me Max Crosby.
I don't care. I don't care how old he could be 44.
You said Hassan. He's
Hassan Reddick.
Hassan's older. Now I will go for.
Give me Hassan Reddick.
I'll take both of those.
Hassan Reddick is 29.
He's 30.
No,
he's on the brink.
The other guy was
no
Trey
offense,
Hendrickson.
but you all are on the wrong side of the ball for me. Wyatt Teller was the person we talked about, and I still believe that's the person.
Wyatt Tittle.
Like realistically, and here's the reason why. Like the success that we've seen so far. You
can't give yourself the drums.
I know, right? Hey, pat on your back.
I'm funny.
There you go, dog.
I'm funny.
So you look at the teams we played and we look at how their defenses are ranked. We've had some easy games. That's not even. That's not. Hey, listen, the Panthers were ranked 23rd. We had passing yards allowed. We blew them out. The team before that, I forgot the name of. We blew them out too. Panthers. No, Panthers were before them.
Rams. We didn't really blow the Rams.
We didn't blow the Rams out, but we won that game. So and we know that they're going through some changes. But moving forward, though, right? The toughest team we played were the Texans.
Yes.
That is a top 5 defense. They have them ranked 4 overall. Going forward, though, we have the Vikings who, but they blitz
solid defense. Solid defense.
Yeah. Green Bay, who they don't have them ranked high here. They have them ranked at 25th as pass yards allowed. So that's I mean, hey, listen.
It's a defense that can get after you, though.
But they can get after you. That defense is a dog. And the Lions, depending on what they do, because, I mean, there's some conversations there. If they pick up a Max Crosby or things of that nature.
That's dangerous work right there.
So that defense has been steamrolling people. I mean, look at what they did to the Cowboys.
Yeah.
And that Cowboys, they have a better offensive line than we do.
Now, it's a massive blow to lose Aiden Hutchinson.
It's
a massive blow to lose Aiden Hutchinson.
But here's who we have coming up. We have them, and then we still have San Francisco coming up. So we got to play Packers twice, Vikings twice. We got to play all the divisional rivals twice. We ain't played none of them. And then we still got to play the 49ers.
Yeah.
That makes that 7-game stretch real difficult when you don't have anybody protecting Caleb and we have teams that can really get after it. 100%. And they are a lot better than the ones we just played.
100%. I do think that makes a difference. And coming out of this game, I think this is it's not a great judge, but it's a solid judge of like, okay, do we need to add to this offensive line or do we feel comfortable with what we have moving forward? Because it is another step up in defensive line competition. But as we talked about on the Morning Breeze, right, when you lose Jonathan Allen, that's a massive piece to not have out there. I mean, we talk about a huge blow with Aiden Hutchinson. I mean, that's a Corinne blow right there. That's a
jeez.
Yeah, I mean, hey, shout out to you if you get it. You know what I mean? Shout out to you if you get it. That's a Corinne Steffens right there, shall we say? Type of blow. So I think that this is we don't know what this defensive line is going to be. Yeah. What y'all laughing at?
The well-timed dose snaps always get me. Well-timed dose snaps.
I'm just saying.
So
I just think that, you kind of have to gauge this how you try to gauge this as much as you can, but you have to know going into the upcoming weeks
what is this guy doing?
What you basically okay, how'd they do against this team? We got to figure out if we need something. Because to me, if you're a buyer at the deadline, I do agree with Joe, right? You kind of got to be you want to have a piece that you can have long term. You don't want, because here's my thing. While I think you sometimes do have to play chess, and if the Lions come up and say we want Mason Crosby, maybe you got to play a little chess there. It's hard for me to beat my chest and say fix the offensive line, fix the offensive line, fix the offensive line. And then you get on the other side of this thing and say go get a defensive lineman. That's just, yeah, I mean,
thank you.
I was only saying
it's tough to say. Like, I get it if you get an elite offensive lineman, but what are you giving up for that elite offensive lineman?
Right.
For Max Crosby, you're giving up 2 first-round picks.
Well, I didn't mean to stay stuck on just Max Crosby. I was just saying that was just the first thing that came out of my head.
It's a good name to get
My
stuck
point
on.
was just like,
Yeah.
I don't know who the best up and coming offensive lineman to get. Why would they part with that type
No,
of guy?
of course not.
You know, so
Teller's a guard,
Right.
but
Not available.
and not a center.
Teller's a guard.
We need a
Yeah,
center.
but that's a 30-year-old guy. I want someone that's a building block.
Now, can I offer
but,
you this
but I
argument,
think you're not going to get a building block here.
So
But
there's
can
no
you?
point.
But I think can you get a guy? And the reason you bring up Wyatt Teller, can you get a guy that makes the line good enough for Caleb to go further than you expected him to go? Because it feels like through 6 games, he's the kind of quarterback where if you give him good enough protection, and I hate that we're doing good enough, right? That was my biggest beef last year. But unfortunately, you got bad enough talent right now. So all the best you can hope for is good enough.
and that's worth its weight in gold. I'm sorry. Like if it's a 2-3 year rental, if you want to call it that, making sure that you're a rookie QB into his first season with really high confidence is worth it, because he has the opportunity to actually do that. If we were to show up that line, there's also the possibility of him getting his teeth kicked in the next couple games. And then that totally decimates. I mean, let's be for real.
Yeah.
And then that totally decimates the progress that we've seen. And so I don't want to end this season on a low note to the point where it's like, hey, we're still sitting there like, oh, we know we got a QB, but now is he shell shocked? Now is he seeing ghosts and stuff like that? Yeah, take that 2-3 year rental and make sure that you can absolutely give him the environment to thrive. This is our franchise we're talking about. You take the gamble.
I think the thing is just make sure that the rental is worth the rental, right? Nate Davis was a 3-year rental.
And Nate Davis wasn't worth the rental.
Nate Davis was Ray Davis. What you
Nate-
say your brother
Nate
did?
Davis?
He was a rental that he bought the car, but the engine wasn't in it.
No, he got it from the auction, and he turned the key, and the antifreeze just poured right out. He said they had screwdrivers propping up the window. Since he walked up to the door, he couldn't even drive the thing off the lot.
Yeah, that was Nate Davis. That was Nate Davis. You know what I mean? That's kind of
Waste of money.
that's the situation. A waste of money. So like,
Uh-oh.
it,
CAP.
yeah, I mean, so it makes it I think difficult if you go out and get a rental that's not worth it. But if you're taking a chance on a guy that you feel is a plug and play kind of guy, I think that's a different situation, and Wyatt Teller would be a plug and play kind of guy.
But the thing is, okay, not to necessarily be ageist, right? Because
You're definitely being ageist right now.
well, the thing is like guys can go to about 33, 36. I mean, when you think of, there are guys that are contributors. So
Yeah,
the whole
hate
point
people
is
over
that
30, Joe.
well, that my point is that
In
draft
football,
pick-
it makes sense though.
that
No,
draft
I'm just
pick is
messing
worth at least 3 years, right?
Yeah.
The average life of an NFL line or a player is about 3 some change. So if you are able to get him and let's say this guy's 30, he makes it to 35, 36. Because take a shot. How old was half the Bears on 06 line at least? They had a lot of old guys and so they just fell off.
Not taking another shot, Joe.
I'm just saying. How old was our
Take a
line on the
shot.
2018 team?
Um,
James Daniels.
idea. Jeez.
they were
Kyle
young.
Long.
They were young. Kyle
Right.
was the oldest.
Oh yeah, James
Yeah.
Daniels was
James
definitely
Daniels
pretty
was
much
young.
young,
Kyle
right?
Long.
Yeah, Kyle
No,
Long
well,
was
young.
yeah. I mean, the human turnstile was young too.
You're
Yeah.
definitely the blackest show.
Cody,
No,
White hair, or was it-
White hair was 27.
He was still young. That was like
Um,
Pro Bowl. coach.
right.
What was the turnstile's name? Y'all know what I'm talking about. He played for the Seahawks.
Talking about Leno Jr.
No. He wasn't a turnstile. He was a pushover. Jermaine Ifedi.
Oh,
Jermaine
Fetty.
Ifedi, yeah.
When Khalil
Yeah.
killed, and then we got him.
Jermaine Ifedi
Yeah.
is the he's that
Ah,
guy
I forgot
that
about that.
you ever walk into Menards? Yeah, Jermaine Ifedi's at every
That-
Menards.
that-
Hey, listen, I just want to say this because
Jermaine Ifedi's standing at every Menards.
I haven't had to do this in years.
I
haven't had to do this in years.
Calm the ADHD down. Leave it alone.
He was making me mad.
Nah,
though.
leave it alone.
I had to do
Calm
this
the
in years.
ADHD
They call me
down.
Petty Casanova for a reason. Now you in timeout. Now you in timeout. Now you can't say nothing for 5 minutes. Now come back and see what happens. You may not be able to say nothing for the rest of the year.
Exactly. He's mad at somebody. All right, okay.
Don't worry about it.
Well, my point that I was making is if you can look at it two ways. If you're buyers, let's just say you're buyers for a big name. Like, again, we talk about Max, we talk about Hassan Reddick. Those are two guys you clearly want to give a lot of money to, right? So you're ultimately going in the direction of, if we're going to get something big right now, we're probably sacrificing the draft capital that we have next year. And then the next year after that, you're saying Max Crosby is worth at least 2 first-round picks. Or do we go the smaller route? No, he is. But if we
Max
go the
Crosby is
smaller
worth 2
route,
first-round
I'm
picks.
saying,
don't get him.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
Well, I don't
set
know
up
if
to
there's
win.
a conversation there. I'm checking them out.
But we're talking about sports. It's still business.
Absolutely.
Those picks, the why it also works that we even have Caleb is that you had minimal production out of Justin Fields. You would have been paying him $20 million this year if you tagged him. And then if you said, I don't want to move on. We don't want to extend him. So now we lost that on the field on the Caleb pick. And now, you got to go back in the draft, try to draft a quarterback because that didn't work out.
Right.
And then or if you extended him, you're paying 45 or 30 or whatever the money that you're paying.
Yeah,
these draft picks, if
true.
you're getting Pro Bowl caliber automatic starters, you got 3 to 4 years of cheap rookie money. So those picks are valuable. You just got to hit on those picks.
You do have to hit on them. I agree. But what I'm saying is pick a lane. If you're going the route of making a big splash now to just solidify like this defense with Max and Sweat on both sides, and you kind of take a chance with offensive line going forward because you lost all your draft picks. Okay, I'm fine with that. But then do you also do the seller route? So this is what I'm saying as far as like Ryan Post, what decision does he make? Because we know that Ryan is aggressive enough to do that.
I don't expect that second round pick to be here.
Hey, Joe, listen, I just want to ask you
What
this.
do we
As
have
somebody
to
who
sell?
knows a lot about this.
Who
If
do we
you
have to
have
sell?
a property that doesn't have a front door, why are you renovating the basement? Like, realistically, we have a defense that's top 5,
Bro,
top 6.
I thought you was going a different route. I didn't know what you were talking about.
No,
We have a defense that's top 6
No.
in defensive passing rating. Excuse me.
Yeah.
We dominate in rushing as well. We're top 10 in that with 7 in that one. Why are we still talking about this defensive side of the ball?
I think the question is more: can you do something that makes your team
better?
Yeah.
And if you go out there and you add Wyatt Teller, does that put you in a much better situation versus going out there, one, taking away Max Crosby from other people if Max Crosby is available,
That too.
and 2, adding a Max Crosby opposite Montez Sweat because you add in now. I'm in keep your picks for offensive linemen.
Yep.
That's the side I'm on.
Preferably,
But I
yeah.
understand the argument on going out and adding that because having an elite defense puts the football back in your quarterback's hand. Having an elite defense keeps your quarterback on the field more, which allows your quarterback more opportunity, especially in short fields. I mean, think about what it did for Mitch behind a okay offensive line, mediocre at best, right? But he was starting in short fields so many times, it was like, yeah, I just got to freaking do whatever freaking behind the back flip play Matt Nagy just drew up. And all of a sudden we just ran in a 20-yard touchdown because we were only 30 yards out.
But having a weak offensive line has you giving the ball right back. And so at the end of the day, like, I'm with you, right? Whatever makes the team better, great. But we seem to be pretty good on defense.
I'm not
you actually did this video. There's a legit statistic about what it takes to have a Super Bowl caliber team. I think you said you have to have at least one side of the football top 10 and one top 5.
Oh, yeah, we did talk.
Yeah.
So right now we have the top 5 section in defense. Is our line top 10?
But you're not going to get it there.
It's a 21.
That's the thing.
21?
22.
You're not going
Does
to
competent line play put us top 15? Because that's a deep playoff run based off that
line
video.
is
you
also
made.
part of the whole offensive side
but
of
the
the
problem is
True.
you're not going to get that piece that does that for you. Now, does it get you closer? Maybe, right? And I think the other part about this is that we're not talking about. The other part about this that plays into this as well is how much impact does Ryan Bates coming back add to this offensive line? Is he your starting right guard? Is he your starting center? Right? Does he have enough of a rapport built up with Caleb Williams for him to be your starting center? I think that you have to have that conversation as well in all of this, because if I'm going to be a buyer, right, and I think Ryan Bates is my fix, maybe you You try and put him in for this game in some capacity. I don't think you just throw him out there. But if he's ready to come back off of IR and you throw him out there and he's good, right? I think because the deadline is November 5th, which is
3 weeks.
2 weeks from now, 3 weeks from now.
2 weeks.
So you would get a couple of games in there, right? Like if he's good, then you say Wyatt Teller added to this, improves us at that right guard position. Now we got 4 out of 5 pieces that we feel are solid, and we just got a question mark with Braxton Jones. So I think there's still questions that have to be answered. And I think that's why I said if you win this game, if they beat Washington, right? Because I think you feel at 5-2, all right, we got some answers.
I would say that it's the quarterback play that's making them that much better. The offensive line really has been moderately improved, but the quarterback is getting better. The skill position players are coming back. Keenan being back is huge. That's those third down conversions that we're talking about.
Yeah.
I mean, even Swift is running better. Like the offensive line can't make him see a cut better, in the open field. Because there were times when Swift was like, he's not.
He just wasn't seeing it. But that doesn't. But no, to that point though, and J-Mac said this as well. He was getting hit so much in the backfield, you could tell he was seeing ghosts. We always attribute seeing ghosts only to the quarterback position. He was getting hit so often in the backfield that you could tell that he was also seeing ghosts because, right, you see that edge sealed up for DJ Moore seals the edge up. Should have been an easy run in, and he cuts it up too early.
Yeah,
because he's expecting to get on the other side of that ball and get lit up.
I'm going to be honest with you. I think the true barometer, and I know the topic is after week 7. But I don't look at Washington as that team to judge our O-line on anymore.
Well, the problem is you're running out of weeks after that.
I know, right?
It's not about can you judge based off of that, but you're running out of week. The week after that, you play the Cardinals.
I think
defensively, I'm not worried about that front.
The first game, I mean, you got to buy or sell before then, right? Or make a move before then.
Yeah, you got to make a move before that.
The Packers on the 17th, and then the 49ers are really the teams that are like, you look at that and like, do we really have something here? Because everyone else, like as far as their pass rating and everything like that, the defense against the pass, they're on the same par almost with the Panthers. Like the Commanders are ranked like 2 spots ahead of the Panthers. Yeah. It ain't great.
No,
talk about defensively.
Defensively,
oh yeah. Pass defense. Caleb Williams should have 4 touchdowns versus defense.
Yeah, so like
the real question is
test realistically.
You know what? I think the test is this is more of a test of is your team able to handle the hype? Is your team able to deal with the hype that's standing across from you from something that's also hyped up? Because we haven't been in the moments. Yeah. We haven't been good in those moments. The prime time, you got to move to prime time.
Yeah.
You haven't been good in those moments. Flus hasn't coached well in those moments, right? Like those are the things that you right, the test that you're really trying to get answered out of this game. Because realistically speaking, the Commanders are kind of a team that I can look at them and go, the Bears should be able to dog walk.
Yep.
Caleb Williams should be able to pass over. With no Jonathan Allen, there shouldn't be as much of a pass rush in front of you. But are you going to be able to sit there and do that in the moment of primetime game, big lights, coach the right way? Is everything going to go exactly how it's been going in these 12 o'clock games? That does matter in these moments. Right. Caleb Williams with the big spotlights on him, with the big cameras on him. How is he going to look in this moment? There's less pressure there, but does he throw a football that's just a dud? They shouldn't have thrown that pick against the Jaguars.
At all.
No,
that's a pick that if they come down the other way and you can't answer offensively, they're able to get that done. You don't want to give them momentum in their building. So I think that's really the test that you're asking here. And that's a major test to ask, because if you have a team that when the lights are brightest, you go, all right, I mean, they lights, like suns are light. Good job. You changed the lights. That's the best you had for me. Bet it up. That's the team that I want to buy into. That's the team I want to invest in, whether on the offense or the defensive side. That's the team I look at and say, that's the team that can make the playoffs. Yeah. That's the team that can do something in the playoffs. That's the team that can catch mugs off guard.
So yay or nay before we move on? If you win this game, and if you win this game in a fashion of like, because listen, Jaden Daniels throw a lot to the right. Y'all know how I feel about Flus as a defensive mind. I think he's the best defensive mind in football right now.
He's gonna get that.
High praise.
You throwing a lot to the right, dog. Flus gonna have dudes on the right. Like he just go look at the passing chart and go.
So hold on.
Stand over there.
Let me just add this in. We can keep it short. Since we know the real test isn't going to happen until after we have to the deadline. Realistically, do you make a move before then, and what would you do? So is that yay or nay on offense or defense?
I would buy into the team, and I would buy into the team for the best available player you can get with that Carolina second-round pick. Whether that's Trey Hendrickson, whether that's Matt, it's not going to be Max Crosby. Whether that's Hassan Reddick,
for a second. That's
whether
crazy.
that's whoever it is, I will buy into the best player you can get for that second-round pick.
I'm not giving that pick up.
You're not giving it up? I'm giving it up. I'm the same way.
It's not the first time
I'm not
JC
going
said
all in. You're not giving it up?
That's such a setup. Because I'm looking at this flag like,
Jesus.
He said, I'm giving it up.
Jesus. I'm giving it up.
I'm gonna give it up.
Oh Jesus!
No, I mean if you go the route of like a Wyatt Teller or Hassan Reddick and you don't have to give up major draft capital, I'm all for it. If you're improving this team, I'm all for it on the offensive line and the defensive line. But if you can't get anybody, keep your picks and be sellers and get even more draft capital for the future.
Breeze Nation, what say you?
Yeah, let us know your thoughts in the comments
We should
below,
do a
boys. Anybody
poll.
in the
We
back?
should have did a
Anybody in the back
poll.
got
I
a
said poll.
you
I
giving
said
it up?
Oh snap!
Dub got the glasses on. Dub definitely giving it up. Look at them glasses.
Snap!
Dub giving and taking. Dang.
Nah.
Shoot everybody today.
No, but in all seriousness, though, if we are improving the team, and you can get an elite guy like a Max Crosby, like you mentioned, or somebody that can help out the offensive line, then yeah, I mean, I'm willing to give up draft capital depending on what we got to give up. And that's what it's all about. It's all about the numbers. What do we have to give up to get better? If what we're giving up doesn't match or isn't better than what we snap.
All right,
You all right over there?
Like I
All
said,
right.
Keep going.
Okay. Yeah.
Why you put the camera on?
Because it threw me off.
Bro, I just moved the mic.
No, but my thing is, if we got to give up too much to get something back, then it's not worth it.
No.
What say you, Drew?
I say we stand pat because it's nobody that we can really
Choose some
afford
bogus.
with the second pick. So I just say stand pat and just 10-7 us and build for the line in the draft. Get our edge rusher, and hopefully we make the playoffs.
Yeah. Don't.
Can you say hopefully we make the playoffs?
Yeah,
What's the
you know,
term?
because
Don't
it's a really tough second half. So it's a
Man,
chance.
the way them games are lumped together, I'm so upset.
It's
I'm not.
It's
I'm
a
so-
chance.
I'm not.
It's a chance
I
we
love
miss
it.
out. It's a
Because
chance we
Because
miss
you
out.
got an opportunity that no rookie quarterback. Now I can say this for
For
sure. Ain't no rookie quarterback got this opportunity before. You don't give me 9 games to figure it out before I got to play any of the important people.
Yeah.
You can't tell me I'm in a bad spot.
We got
a chance to
It's
go
that
7-2.
49ers game being in the middle of it. That
Fine with me.
You mean you give me the one of the best teams in the league before I got to
They
play
gave you the
myself?
Rams
We
week
very
4.
well
They
could be
know the Rams
7-2
is gonna
before
win.
we get there.
trash.
And if we 7-2, we almost guaranteeing ourselves a playoff spot. We just got to win 3, at least 3 of our division games.
You realize the whole
Don't do
division is
that
hot right now.
Don't do that.
You go see
Hey,
the
hey,
Slow your roll,
You
dog.
stop yourself there, Bernie Mac.
Hey, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I can see us winning at least 3 of those games in the division.
I can agree with that.
The Lions. Well,
Yeah, we beat everybody once.
Hey, you want to?
I'll take
Hold
that.
on, hold on. Can we hot take real quick? Can I hot take real quick?
Uh-oh.
Can I hit you with a hot take?
What do you got?
I think the Chicago Bears can beat the Lions in both games.
Oh, that's not far fetched to me.
The Chicago Bears, Matt Eberflus has Jared Goff number, and outside of 4 minutes, no, Jared Goff is the quarterback. Jared Goff is the NFL MVP right
You
now,
said
bro.
not a good
That
quarterback.
was not. No, you didn't say that.
The man
No.
defender.
He ain't Anthony Richardson.
Hey,
No, I am going to defend. I'm like, no, that's a good
The
quarterback.
man
Dog,
defends guy.
I would
Hey,
take that.
I'll defend Jared
That's a good
Goff.
quarterback,
That's a
dog.
good
I'm
quarterback up there, dog. That's crazy work.
I think he's
That's nasty work,
really
dog.
good team.
Yeah, that's what good quarterbacks do.
They do that.
Yeah,
he's okay. I don't think
Tom
he's
Brady's
a
the
great-
greatest quarterback of all time that benefited from a really good team.
He's
Really
got
good
7
O-line.
good reasons why he is versus
Yeah.
Goff is
You
faltered.
know what else he's got?
Faltered.
He's got
Oh,
seven.
Given
He's
the
got
opportunity.
7 good offensive lines.
And
He's
7 good
faltered.
defenses.
What I mean, Goff lost the Super Bowl, and then they lost. They couldn't get it. They didn't. They should have got the Super Bowl last year.
Did you say he got to a Super Bowl?
Golf against the Rams.
with the Rams.
Anybody else in the division?
I just love the mindset of like,
What?
Anybody
hey,
else
he made
in
it
the
to a
division make the Super Bowl?
championship, but nah, he wasn't that good.
Anybody else in the division make it
There's
to
a
the
lot
Super
of
Bowl?
guys that got that they didn't necessarily.
Caleb ain't never
great.
been to a Super Bowl because he's rookie. Sam Darnold ain't never been there
What you
unless he
talking
was on the
about?
bench. No, he ain't never been there.
What are you talking?
Jordan Love,
Put
I
some
don't think
respect
he
on
even
his name.
sniffed the. I mean, like to say, oh, he got that, but he
He
failed.
said Caleb Williams is rookie
Wait,
year.
He was in.
I'm saying he's an
Divisional.
okay quarterback. He's not.
Yeah.
I don't think he's great. He has a good coordinator. He's got some good skill position players, and they got a really good offensive line. They have a good team.
The best.
It is a really good
Yeah,
team.
it's not a punishment, Joel, to be a good quarterback
He's
on a
okay.
good team. I don't like it. It's just a weird. It's like, what do you want? You want him to be a good quarterback on? Like, you want him to be Archie Manning?
No, I don't.
Archie Manning was a good quarterback on a team that was letting him get
there's-
murdered.
if we're gonna be
there are
real,
guys that are they're good quarterbacks. They're not necessarily going to win the whole thing.
Jared Goff is not going to beat us.
That's
Monty.
so okay.
No, hold on.
Because
Wait,
if
wait,
he's
wait.
so good, he's going to
Monty
beat us.
might though, because we
No.
Monty might.
Monty
My
might.
Monty
point is
might.
that y'all
We don't
are
do well
praising
against
this
the
dude.
run, and we haven't all season.
Yes, but you're praising him as if he's all. So if he's so good, then why do you think we can beat him? Then?
Joe, right now,
That's all my
Joe,
point.
right now, he's the NFL MVP.
Well, let's see what happens when he plays us.
All I'm saying is he's
It's
good
only
enough.
6 games.
Matter
but-
of fact, you already going to owe me a steak for that dang.
I don't know about that.
You're
I
going to owe me a
don't know
steak.
about that. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know if I'm owing you a steak on that. You got to show me that. But hey, man, we're gonna keep this thing moving along. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love. We're going way too long on this topic.
And
having a good
and our
show,
super
baby.
chat. The offensive line.
have-
player-
Super chat from here. I ain't gonna lie to you. We might not get to the Lonzo topic. We might have to talk about that on the Morning Breeze with Jordan JC and Pat the designer.
Yeah, you
Make sure to
more
tap into
details.
it. Well, yeah, actually, we did
We
talk
did
about
talk
that.
about
this
it.
Be a real quick topic.
morning. We did talk about that.
Oh
This
no,
morning.
we
What
can
was the
cut
super
that
chat?
out. We
What
can
was
go
the super
straight
chat?
to
The offensive, Jason Clegg said, shout out to Jason Clegg. Offensive line has played better behind better offensive line play, which has played bad defensive lines. Defense is Super Bowl ready.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
We got another one?
Another super chat.
We got another
No, Tana in the chat. Shout out to
Tana.
Tana in the
Tana.
chat. Question: Can we
Tana.
finally win against the Packers? What up, fellas? Well, that is the question.
That is,
Hey, look. I think the Bears have a chance to sweep the Lions. We will split with the Packers.
We will split.
so they can sweep the MVP. Oh, okay. Good job. Anyways, we're moving on to the next topic.
You know, Nick
What
Foles
is
beat
wrong with
Nick
you?
Foles
GOAT.
beat the Super Bowl winner the year that he won the Super Bowl.
Oh, boy.
No, yeah, and the MVP.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
So we're gonna switch
I'm just
it.
saying. Hey, let's keep this thing moving along, man. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love.
about that.
Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. He the dude that hype up Clyde Drexler, but hate somebody that made the championship.
Yes, man.
He be like, Clyde was cold. Clyde had game, brother.
No, I'm not. You're saying that Clyde is good. I'm saying he's an okay guy. He's good, but not going to get you over the hump. That's all. That's what Jared Goff is to me.
The fact that you
He
just
is
said okay
Clyde.
guy and
You said
Clyde is
Clyde got
crazy
to
to
the
me. dog.
finals and just ran into the
said-
greatest
you said,
player
I'm saying
ever.
Clyde is an okay guy, just the top
Clyde
50
got
great.
to the finals and lost to the
Okay.
He couldn't beat Magic.
Hold
he
up.
couldn't beat Isaiah, and now he couldn't.
Those
beat
are all-time greats.
I'm just saying he went to the finals a number.
Hey, Clyde
There-
resume
there are
alone.
and did
guys.
and did win.
Right. What I'm saying is he's a good
Hold up.
player.
Hold up.
You
Okay,
know
so
he's
by
not- I'm not putting him-
by your logic, Tom Brady's not the GOAT.
I didn't say that.
Tom Brady lost 3 times.
Yes.
He
to
won a lot more.
Tom Brady lost to a backup quarterback,
Yes.
He won a lot more.
and he lost to a guy whose touchdown to interception ratio is the same number.
The epitome of mid.
He didn't lose to them.
He
lost
is the
against a
epitome of mid.
defense.
The mid defender.
That-
I don't defend
Hold on.
Eli.
Hold
He's
on.
the
Hold
epitome
on.
of mid.
Hold on.
Literally,
Hold on.
That
even
quarterback
Hold
can't
on.
beat that
Hold on.
quarterback.
Hold on. Yes, he did.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
He
You
outplayed
want to
him.
know why he did?
He outplayed him
help me
twice.
understand.
The defense was down until who made a throw that, yes, a miracle throw that ended up putting you in position to win the game.
I don't know. You tell me.
Eli Manning.
Oh,
Twice.
interesting.
That defense was down in both games
Twice.
to the GOAT
Uh-huh.
and lost to a quarterback that put him up.
Okay.
So
Great.
Tom Brady's the GOAT.
I'm just
I beat him twice.
I love the Joe quit.
There, I beat him twice.
You find him.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I love
He's
Joe's logic,
great.
and then you find like this chasm that you could drive a truck into,
No,
and
it's
then he
not.
goes, "Okay." Okay, yeah, you got it.
You know everything.
Okay.
You know everything.
You know everything,
Hey,
don't you, Jordan? Hey, Jordan, you know everything.
I don't think that Jared Goff is that guy.
Same mentality with Monopoly. Oh, you winning? I quit.
I didn't say that. I just
Hey, he
just
do
be
give
happy that you.
he do give up in Monopoly
He get real tired. He get real tired.
Hey,
Oh, it's time to go. I'm not gonna play a second game.
Hey, Joe definitely is the type. I got that boardwalk on the first row. He said, "Start the game over." I was like, he said, "Run it back, just give him the win." I was like, "Damn, you gonna force quit?" He force quit online. Joe wouldn't make it an online play. Joe would not make it a video game online play.
Let's get to this.
Let's get to this.
We gotta get moving, man. Let's go.
We definitely got to get moving, man. We saw Lonzo Ball out last night. Me and Jordan JC talked about this on the show this morning, of course, on the Morning Breeze, 6:30 to 7:30, every Monday through Friday. So tap in with us. Joe definitely rage quits in real life video games. Who else? In real life games, not even video games. Has any of your faith been restored in Lonzo Ball? I'll say this: my faith is restored in the fact that he got a black guy's knees.
I agree.
I felt good about that after that game. I felt like that was
Where's the soundboard on
that
that
was a
one?
given. That was I don't know which sound to play for that.
Shannon Sharp knees?
No, that's not what I meant by black guys knees.
Oh, snap.
Hey, that was Danielle. You know,
I don't know. I just played so he said we're
Dog knees. Okay,
I don't know. He got dog knees. No, shout out to him. He got the knees of a dog.
I
Was
mean,
any of your faith restored in the fact that Lonzo Ball played the way he did in his first minutes of basketball back on a court in 2 years?
I'm impressed. I was impressed by his play, even though for whatever reason it is CHSN decided to not get an agreement with Comcast. Yes, so I couldn't watch the full game. Had to watch highlights. Wasn't happy about that. All right, fine. That's my soap opera.
That's a really thing.
No, it's the thing. Yeah, they only want direct
Nobody can watch this except for DirecTV.
DirecTV and AT&T. That's it.
That's trash.
So far for YouTube TV and Comcast subscribers, we're kind of screwed. Anyway, but what I did see though, him checking in the game, all the emotion, hitting the first three right off the back, and the thing, it wasn't because I think even though he had the issue with his knee, he could still work on his jump shot. The thing was, I wanted to see his lateral movement and how is he able to still play defensive. If you remember when Lonzo Ball, man, he reminded me of Scottie Pippen on the field.
Man,
on the floor.
I watched the play with Lonzo Ball guarded 1 through 4. The Bulls were so bad at defense.
Yeah.
He literally just kept switching, and it was just like nobody else is here. I got him.
Well, in this game, he got a steal in the block, and if you look at the steal in the block that he got, it's just the way how he's able to perfectly time leaving his player to kind of help somebody else out. That block he got on Julius Randle. It's all about timing, and it's like I wanted to see if he still had that, and the IQ was still there with Lonzo Ball. So I think he still brings a lot to the table. Am I confident? I mean, at the end of the day, what do we expect? I mean, I'm hoping for 15 to 20 minutes that he can actually do for the season. If he could do that, that's a win. This dude got brand new knees.
I'm happy
for him. For everybody else.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. I said Derrick Rose retired. That might be. Y'all gonna give me some new knees?
So I'm excited. I love what he brings there as a mind and from a skill set perspective. You can't ignore the fact that he had an impact. Like, shout out to Patrick Williams. He had an impact immediately in that game, right? So, I mean, listen.
I've been quit on people.
Listen,
he won out of 3. He was 1 out of 3.
Back. I know it's preseason, but guess what? You felt Zoe was there. That's all I gotta say.
He will played last year.
Hey, listen.
Lonzo ain't played in 2 seasons.
2 seasons.
That man showed up and said, "Hey, let me get an open shot."
Yeah,
foul.
So, but here's the thing. I am cautiously optimistic because in the same day or 24-hour span where we have someone like Lonzo Ball come back, we do have reports of someone like Kawhi Leonard who, when healthy, when his knee's not acted up, is literally one of the best players on the floor.
That's crazy.
That man healthy is one of the best players on the floor.
Roll it back.
He can't stay healthy.
When he's healthy, bro,
he might be the best.
He's one of the best players in NBA history.
It's
he's
crazy.
One of the best play. When you watch Kawhi,
top
like
20,
a real when you watch a real breakdown of Kawhi and how he goes through his moves and just his mindset, bro. His mindset is really a Jordan mindset. He just don't talk. Pat Beal was talking about no wasted motion.
No
excessive he's dribbling. So good, bro. Like Pat Beal was talking about him. He said, all right, we want to put. I forget who the player was. I don't know if he said his name. He said we want to put him. You know, we want to make sure we helping over this because we don't want to put him in high screen and roll action. And he said, why am I helping? He said, well, we don't want to leave him on an island with this man one-on-one. Said, if he can't guard a man one-on-one, why is he on the court? Bro, that's such a great line, bro. It's like, he's that good on both ends of the floor, bro. It's just, you forget that because of how long he's been hurt. But I remember when Kendrick Perkins said he is on a Michael Jordan-like run on his way to the final.
Yes, he was.
He said he's on a Michael Jordan-like run. And everybody was like, you're an idiot. What are you talking about? You sound like you're from the South.
He was on
and
Michael
then you like
Jordan-like
look
run.
at the numbers. You like, this man really went on a Jordan run and won the NBA championship. Now he won the NBA championship because everybody else on the other side died.
So the comparative is, yeah. Well,
everybody died.
That helps.
No, it definitely helps. You know what I mean, on the other side of that court, hey, KD came back for a quarter and literally they were down 20. Hey, bro, KD was back for a quarter. They were down 20, bro. But
knees and Achilles.
So the comparative there is like, hey, I want Lonzo to be to succeed. I want him to be back. I want to see the impact he's going to have on the team. But let me get 82 of them things. Let me get 60 of them.
He'll give you 82
first.
Yeah, let me get 60.
Hold on. Let me get a season
because he's not playing no back-to-backs. You know that.
Yeah.
So let me get 60.
Let me get a season and see
He
what
might
this
give you
looks like.
40. He might give you 40.
40's crazy.
So
40,
he's on a
hey,
fly
I ain't gonna say half. the season.
hey, 40.
I go 60.
Hey, here's your money. Get up out of here, Steve.
I mean, you got to have low expectations. I mean, this guy's coming
He's
back
getting
on
paid
the injury.
$500,000
No one has ever
every
came
game
back
he
home.
plays.
So.
Yeah.
But if he's there, he's there. If he's on the he's the whole thing is how does his body hold up? Does his body take that? In terms of the ligament and healing. So has it been 2 years?
2 years, yeah.
It's
Right.
been 2 years.
So technically,
it's been
he would
14
be,
months since
he
that.
would-
14
Almost
months
3.
since he's been on the court, but 2 years since.
right.
Yeah.
So
So almost
technically,
3.
he wouldn't be out there. If he
Two
can't-
seasons. Two
We're
seasons.
talking about NBA ready. This is you're just not out there on the playground. This is NBA ready. So
Yeah.
if he's not ready, it would only be maybe another freak accident
Not-
for him
not
if his
mind
body
you.
goes out.
If y'all watch it, and I know you may have to go, illegally do that. I'm not promoting that. But I'm just saying you might have to illegally do it. Anyway, he
all
wasn't
I
full
say is
speed.
I like to watch my basketball online in the East.
There you go. He wasn't playing
Is that
full
East?
speed.
That is.
That is-
He wasn't playing full speed. He was definitely doing like the slow-mo thing. He was not on the break like you normally would be. So like he was taking it easy and stuff like that. So he may have to totally change his game.
That's
And
I'd be confidence.
No, I'm gonna be real with you. I would
Slow-mo game
love,
would be good for
I
him.
would love if Lonzo Ball for the Chicago Bulls team, and you keep him on minimum money, became the player he was last night.
Yeah.
Yep.
Give me 3 for 6. Give me some solid defense
As your backup point guard?
and give me a little facilitating. I would love it because that's what's my man that broke his leg from Jersey. He was a dog.
Sean Livingston.
Sean Livingston.
Dog.
Hey, Sean Livingston.
Yeah.
Sean Livingston was an amazing basketball
Yes, he
player. Then he
was.
snapped his leg.
Yes,
And it was
he
like,
was.
then it was like, hey, you want to get back on the team? It was like, yeah. It was like, I'm gonna
Honestly-
shoot these mid-range shots and
That's all he did.
play a little defense.
Honestly,
all he
that's
did.
not a bad comp. Honestly, if we can get a Sean Livingston type of player out of Lonzo going forward, I'm with that. Because
It's a dream.
he contributed heavily to the Warriors championship run.
It's a
So
dream.
I'll take it.
Hey, how about the 3-point shooting?
Nah, I'd rather have
he
Steph
walked
and
out
Clay.
there as one of the best ones. I mean,
Yeah.
Obvious.
If I had to
Just went full greed on that one.
if I had to pick between the players from that Golden State Warriors team, like
Greedy.
Livingston was cool, but if somebody could turn into Steph and Clay, that'd be phenomenal.
That is a needy take.
Oh man, let's finish it out on this. I just want to get everybody's opinion on this. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below on Lonzo Ball, and was any of your faith returned in Lonzo Ball after seeing the
Faith?
That was a premature hallelujah right there. I don't
You
like
said
that.
faith.
Yeah, you say do a hallelujah at the end of the
You
conversation.
said faith.
Wait. No, it's kind of well timed because it's going to the next segment, which
Jerry Reinsdorf may sell the White Sox.
there you go. You missed
That
it.
is,
You missed
yeah.
it.
Yeah, he's
That's
trying
good.
to.
Hey,
He's trying
you
to
wore
set
a
some stuff up.
jersey for this
He's
conversation.
trying to set
too.
some stuff up. No, man, listen, the fact that me and Jordan talked about this morning, the fact that Jerry Reinsdorf may sell the White Sox, I think the real question is this. We talked about, Davis Scott, Is that is not his name? David Stewart is looking to buy the White Sox. Hopefully, he doesn't move him to Nashville if he does buy him. But he's trying to buy the White Sox, and he's leading that charge right now. And Jerry's open to selling the team. The real question is, do you really believe that Jerry will sell the Chicago White Sox?
Yes.
Why?
He's 88 years old.
Well, I mean,
he just suffered one of the worst. No, not one of the worst.
The worst season.
The worst season in the modern history of MLB. The worst. The time that it's going to take for him to recover from that and rebound from that, I don't think he has it. And I think that's a real. And I'm not trying to be morbid for anything. I'm not wishing this on him, but he's 88 years old, and the reality of the situation is to rebuild, to get you back to the top.
Yeah,
it takes time.
I will caveat that with this thought. You look at the team that almost set the record. I don't know if they set it, but almost set the record before this. Mm-hmm. The Baltimore Orioles. Mm-hmm. That was 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Where were they this year?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like it's not a far-fetched idea to think that you can't bounce back quickly from this. Most teams actually do.
Yeah.
Most teams actually do. But I doubt the White Sox do, which is the part that sucks in all of this. I doubt that the White Sox are one of those teams. So I said this morning, I think Jerry does it for the cash to try and make the sell for to try and get the money to put back into the Bulls. Because when Jerry does ultimately go, and I'm not this ain't that. Yeah, no Calvin. When Jerry does ultimately go, his legacy is White Sox. He will be a baseball owner, but his legacy is, I'm sorry, I said his legacy is White. His legacy is Bulls. Yeah. His legacy is Bulls. He will ultimately be a baseball owner. But his legacy is the Chicago Bulls, 6 championships, Eastern Conference Finals appearances, multiple MVPs on the team, multiple DPOYs on the team. Like Joakim Noah too. Derrick Rose in there too. Derrick Rose. I mean, like his legacy is Bulls. He just showed up. So he's going to put. He just showed up. His legacy is he's going to put everything, I think, into the West Side.
He had to cut the check.
Into the what was it, the 1968 project? I don't know what the project is called. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know. Jerry's World, basically, for the West Side of Chicago. Yeah. He's going to put that money back into that. I think that's a reason why he may sell this team overall. Getting a couple billy in the books is never a bad situation to try and put into an investment property.
So he's only a 19% owner, though.
Of what?
Of the White Sox. He's a majority owner. He's only 19%.
Yeah.
But if you sell your majority stock, you get a good chunk of that bread.
Yeah. I feel like
it's not that he's a majority owner. He's sold off to people who are a part of his group.
No, he's a majority owner.
I know, but I'm saying like the parts he sold off, like he was the owner. It was his group that was the owner.
His kids bought the minority stakes.
Right. He's added people in that are a part of the minority ownerships.
But I think it's something else that's a little bit more strategic that Jerry is trying to do. Oh boy. And so here's the thing, right? We all know that Jerry is eyeing that new piece of parcel that's on what's called the 78th, that new piece of land.
Yeah.
Jerry wants that. And he wants a brand new stadium. So he's kicking and screaming and he's crying because the city and the state isn't willing to give him the money to build a new stadium for a team that literally just had the worst record in history.
The city went toe-to-toe with the Bears. It said no.
Well, the city's in on the Bears. The state is out on the Bears.
The state is out on the Bears.
You think they finna say
the city? No, the city's out on Jerry. Though. The city was like, right. You ain't getting the stadium, brother.
And especially when you consider the fact that they already have a stadium that's fully functional. So they're like, really, fiscally, does this really make sense?
No.
And so I think what Jerry's trying to do is he's trying to find a way to scare Chicago and saying, hey, listen, I'm about to sell this team to a guy that wants to bring the team to Nashville.
No, we don't care.
But see, that's the thing. You may not care, but the idea is that if he sells his team to this guy
the whole South Side of Chicago cares.
Well,
The city don't care about the South
I
Side.
think
The city definitely don't care about the South Side.
to your point,
Of all the
we
sides of
talking
town,
about?
the city is definitely going to be like,
Hey,
but look,
I got
can't
two
take that.
baseball teams. We
Nah.
don't care what league.
You're a Cubs fan, though. You're a Cubs fan, so of
I'm a
course you're going to
Chicago
say
fan, I
that.
don't care.
But my thing is this: obviously, there's a lot of fans that do care about this team, but also, why would the
ones
city
that have the
want to
games.
lose another team? Why would you want to? And why would you want to go to a city like Nashville when that's a smaller market?
because
Hey,
fans will show
Hey,
up.
C-Dub, I got you. Hey, listen. So they were historically bad. They were selling tickets for like $1. How many games you go to?
It was not a dollar. I went to 3.
You went to 3?
Yep.
But I think the whole point of all of the posturing and all the
Nah,
things
they was
that
a
you're
dollar.
talking about
Was a
It
dollar.
was a dollar.
was to try to get something to happen.
It was like $9.
He realizes he needs to sell the team.
You paid
because
less for the seats than you did
the,
your
the
hamburger.
way that he's been doing business is old now. It's
Yeah.
kind of like the
That's true.
Godfather. Like
Yeah.
it's just the way his thinking is. It makes more sense what you're saying.
Hey,
He
they-
sells the team to go.
They lost money every game.
Yeah, but the problem is the stadium, the contracts, the money for those contracts. When is he ever? Who was ever in line to get like what was that? Even when Alex Rodriguez got like $250 million, that was the first time someone got a crazy contract like that. And now these guys are getting insane contracts. They can't pony up the money.
Not
to
on the
do it.
White Sox.
They don't generate the money to do it. So it's better for him to sell and to get this go to someone with bigger pockets
Yeah.
that can do it. So if he can basically
Nah, but see,
consolidate-
that's not true.
you don't think he
'cause
has the big what?
Jerry has the money. Chicago Bulls sell out every year. It's
Yeah.
all Jerry's money.
But
That's the
also
cash cow.
Bears. I mean, Bulls, in terms of the money that you got to pay for them, but that's a different deal. I think
Yes, but in baseball, if you want to take your money and invest it into this team, you can do that.
and you know what though?
That's the highest contract in White Sox history right there.
right, 5 years, 75 minutes.
That
That's
was
terrible.
signed in 2019, ladies and gentlemen.
And you know what?
Andrew Benintendi. By the way, third worst player in baseball.
But you know what?
Third worst player in baseball. I hate him.
But that's what I'm saying. The
I
mentality.
hate his play. I don't hate him.
He's a shrewd businessman where I don't think he's losing. But the problem is maybe the times have gone past him to the point where you're not going to be able to compete.
Yeah.
You're not.
Well, you're doing that. You're not.
You're not.
And I think that is more of a wrong mindset than it is a inability to do something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that it is a Jerry Reinsdorf can't pay more for players. I think it's a Jerry Reinsdorf won't pay more for players.
Well, I don't think he wants to break even.
I think here's the thing. When did the Chicago Bulls go out and sign $100 million player?
Go out.
Well, I mean, even one that they had on their team.
What is
Ben
Derrick
Wallace?
Rose and then
Derrick
and then
Rose.
Zach
Derrick
Levine.
Rose
But Derrick Rose
Ben
wasn't a
Wallace
free
was-
agent.
Ben Wallace
Wasn't
was
100
eight.
million either.
Okay.
It was
Ben
only
Wallace
80.
100 million.
It was
And then,
95. I think.
Yeah,
and then
it was
Zach
like-
Levine
Ben
was
Wallace had his
250.
money already.
Ben
Yeah.
Wallace was 100
I thought he was.
Yeah,
But he got
60.
traded, didn't he?
Yeah,
Ben
he
Wallace
got,
got traded.
No, I thought he
yeah,
was
but he was
60 million.
only I think it was 80 million. Wasn't
No,
it?
Yeah.
he was
80 million.
60 because
Ben
Tyson
Wa-
Chandler went and got.
Yeah, Ben Wallace wasn't 100 million.
He was a 60.
The Bulls have
million.
never went
I'll
out.
tell you
and
this.
signed.
I don't think we had 100 million.
We've never went out and
Derrick
signed.
Rose is 80. I
I
say
don't think we
this.
had 100
It was
million
Zach
yet.
Levine.
Right, Zach Levine was.
No, he wasn't a free agent.
No,
You saying
I-
when did they go
they
out?
never
And
went
win?
I'm not saying go out. I'm saying when did they sign $100 million player?
Oh, Zach.
It was Zach Levine.
It was
Yeah,
Zach.
Zach.
His
Who was
extension.
running the team?
Jerry.
Michael.
Oh, the
Michael.
son.
So the first time that they ever went out and were like, hey, we need to spend a little more on a player was the son.
I guess you're right. I mean, you think back to the last.
So it's
dance.
I don't think it's a ability thing. I think it's a mindset thing. I think Jerry just is like, I
can't.
think about
You're right.
No,
think
he's-
about
no,
2005.
he's
No,
right.
you're right. Think about how many people of a certain generation say they can't get past we've done this where we're used to the certain contracts that have been paid out,
Yeah.
and now it's like these
Well,
balloon
You
contracts.
should have seen Joe when he heard P. Will's contract.
Exactly. It's
He's
like
like, what the? I was like, Joel, it's like 11% of this cap. It's
inflation-
fine.
right,
It's okay.
The inflation has skyrocketed, but you're still stuck of an old way of thinking. It's probably still the sticker shock of when he had Mike. I'm pay you 33 or 31 and 33 million.
Yeah.
Mike's adjusted for inflation is still the richest contract in NBA history.
Yeah, but
it's,
you know-
it's actually top 4 now.
Hey, but Mike spent that money already. You can't adjust for inflation on that.
What was Carlos Boozer? Boozer was. I thought he was 60 million too, wasn't it?
No,
Carlos, Derek was 5 for 94.
Yeah.
Michael, he paid Michael Jordan so
Boozer
much.
was getting paid
Mike was
16
getting paid
million.
more than half the league.
No,
in,
Mike
like
Mike made
half
everybody
of
money.
entire teams.
But Mike made everybody money.
Yeah, Mike
Mike
changed
made
the
the entire
game.
league
Mike
money.
changed the game because then it was mugs that were getting you wasn't Michael Jordan, but you was close.
Well, it was Kevin Garnett was
Boy,
the next
you
one
were
after
close,
Mike that got a
but
big payment. And Kevin Garnett caused the lockout.
yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I think here's my thing at the end of the day. The fact that
33 million in the 90s.
we're in 2019 and you're signing mediocre at best players. Mediocre's tough, terrible players for 75 million tells you all you need to know about his mindset. And the Chicago Bulls did not really start spending.
It's the Godfather.
The Bulls spent money when Jerry thought they could go for championships, right? But you can't get to the point in these modern leagues to compete for championships unless you spend
some money.
So I can't say that the Bulls. I always say the Bulls spent money. They just spent the wrong money, right? They spent money on Carlos Boozer. They spent money on Derrick Rose. They spent money on Jimmy Butler. They spent money.
They didn't set the market though.
And which those weren't
different.
But Jimmy Butler wasn't a set the market player. Carlos Boozer wasn't going to set the
You're
market
right.
because he was the aftermarket player.
But my point is, if you're gonna go for the best guy, that's setting the market.
Derrick Rose set the market. Derrick Rose set point
He
guard
was
market.
homegrown. That's Larry Bird rights. That's all that type of stuff. We're talking about going out and getting the guy.
Were bird rights a thing yet?
Larry Bird rights been around. Yeah.
it's been on.
Yeah. No, the whole point is that you're not going out and aggressively setting the market to go get the guy. It's like we're going to do this with a balanced mentality or with it. It's really the Godfather. It's the way that you think, and you're not seeing that this is a new trend coming.
Yeah.
And you're going to get taken out because, and now you realize, okay, I'm gonna give it to my son. They see it because his way of thinking is old now. So it is what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, go ahead and sell the squad. It's time.
I'm here for it. I'd love
That's
to see
true.
it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Hey, we're going to get up out of here, man. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do for the super producer, Joel Holt. And of course, I don't know why I went so European. That was very classical. For the super producer, Joel Holt.
Thank you very much.
Well, the pettiest man alive, Mr. P. Kid, Petty Casanova himself. Of course, the master of meats, Jordan JC, Clark Kent in his glasses, C-Dub, and the master of ceremony, Drew.
If you knew.
Andrew
Better.
Dice Clay. It is your boy, the designer of Patrick's. Y'all stay safe out there, Chicago. Bend down. One love. Peace.
Drew.
I didn't have the overlay, so we couldn't do the thing. Drew. The master of ceremony. Drew.
Sir Joel Holt. The master of meats.